So it looks like The Mandalorian has been delayed once again. We already got it delayed once with the Book of Boba Fett coming out in December instead of The Mandalorian for 2022. And at first we all thought that was okay. We all thought the Book of Boba Fett was just replacing Mandalorian temporarily and that The Mandalorian would come out shortly after. Even Jon Favreau went on an interview and said that as soon as the Book of Boba Fett was finished with production, that The Mandalorian would start. So we were thinking that maybe it would come out a few months after the Book of Boba Fett and it wouldn't affect the Mandalorian release date that much. Well, we had already heard that The Mandalorian had been delayed once, but it looks like it's been delayed again. And I'm starting to have serious doubts about this show even coming out at all. I really think we might be living in a world where we never see another Mandalorian episode. This time, a lot of leaks and rumors are saying that The Mandalorian is delayed until mid-year of 2023. That's over 2 years away. The report that I'm referring to is coming from Pirates and Princesses, and the report said that Jon Favreau had huge plans for Cara Dune, which I've been saying for a long time. Like I always say, filmmakers don't go out and handpick characters, handpick actresses or actors, unless they have big plans for that character in the future. The article says Overlord DVD claims that the Lucasfilm leaker relayed that Jon Favreau's original plan was to have Cara Dune be a major character in the new Boba Fett series, and then essentially be the star of the Rangers of the New Republic show, which has been reported over and over again that Cara Dune was going to be the main character of the Rangers show, and I still think that show is just going to get scrapped altogether. So if the Mandalorian and the Rangers show both get canceled, that's 2 less Star Wars shows that we have, and we go from having so many Star Wars shows that we don't know what to do with, and not really having that many Star Wars shows coming out. While we can't confirm the Boba Fett rumor, it is our understanding that Carano was indeed set to star in the Rangers of the New Republic series, and they already have Gina Carano, Cara Dune written as the main character. But at the very least, they have to rewrite the script. This show's either going to be canceled, which is most likely, or they're going to have to delay it by like a year. Either way, it's not looking good. We have been told in the past that it was her social media post about vote transparency that got her in hot water with Disney brass, to the point where she was a dead actress walking. It's been beaten to death, but it's so sad that that's what got her fired. It's so sad that politics plays such a big role in the casting of Hollywood. Overlord DVD further claims that the big baddie for the next few series would have been a character named Darth Talon, which again aligns with what we've heard in the past. So Darth Talon being the big bad in the future isn't that exciting for me. I don't really care too much about the Rangers of the New Republic getting delayed. I'm sorry, but when I saw the Book of Boba Fett was coming out in December in place of the Mandalorian, I was pissed. I just don't care about the Book of Boba Fett. I want to see who gets the Darksaber. I want to see them retake Mandalore. I want to see who rules Mandalore. That's what I care about. I really don't care about Boba Fett running Jabba's palace. That's cool as a side story in the Mandalorian, but an entire show? I would actually be okay with an entire show if it wasn't replacing the Mandalorian, but it just pisses me off that the Mandalorian gets pushed back for the Book of Boba Fett. And then the article gets really interesting. The video talks about an interaction between Jon Favreau and a Lucasfilm employee. We can't independently verify any private conversations between Jon Favreau and anyone else. There's simply no way to do that. All we can say is that Favreau is intensely private. We also know through various delays, leaks, and sources that losing Carano has been significantly disruptive to the prior story map that had been developed for the Favreau-Filoni universe. And this is what I've been saying, you don't go out and handpick an actress for them to not be a huge part in your universe. Gina Carano not only was going to be the main character of the Rangers show, but I'm sure she was going to be a side character in most of the shows that are coming up. And I don't even mean in a typical side character sense. I think she was going to be in pretty much every episode. The latest we've heard is that The Mandalorian season 3 may be delayed all the way until mid-year of 2023 because of the behind-the-scenes drama. And that's the part that really gets me angry. Because Disney and Lucasfilm are so caught up in playing politics, we don't get the shows, we don't get the content that we care about coming out on time, and we may not get it at all. Because yes, Cara Dune did play a big part in the Filoniverse, and it does leave a huge void now that she's gone. But that's not the only reason why I think The Mandalorian is going to be canceled. There are also reports that Disney and Lucasfilm are scared that Pedro Pascal will be leaving The Mandalorian. And I don't know how that really works with his contract, because I don't think his contract is public. But there are a lot of reports saying that he's getting a lot of other roles in Hollywood, which he is. The guy is really busy. And that Disney is scared that he'll leave The Mandalorian because he doesn't like playing a character with a mask on the whole time. And that was reported way back last year, way before The Mandalorian season 2 came out. It was said that Jon Favreau and Pedro Pascal butted heads over and over again about how much Pedro had to wear his mask, which is understandable to an extent. But Pedro knew what he signed up for, so I really don't see what the problem is. Surely you had to know what a Mandalorian was, what a Mandalorian did, what they wore, before you agreed to play the part. And if you didn't, I think it's Jon Favreau's fault. But I really don't think they would make him sign on to play this part without telling him what he would be wearing, because it's kind of a big deal for actors or actresses to wear masks the whole time they're filming something, because they like to be seen, they like to get the credit. And Pedro's getting a lot of roles right now where his face isn't covered up, where he is getting all the credit. And I don't think it's extremely unlikely for him to leave The Mandalorian. It just adds more drama, it just adds more reason for them to just scrap the show altogether, and it just makes me look at this show more and more like it's not going to happen. And then we also have the extreme low interest for The Mandalorian season 3. Even if the show comes out next year, a lot of people aren't going to watch just because Gina Carano got fired. Now, I don't know how many people who claim they canceled Disney Plus actually did, and how many won't just sign back up as soon as the next Star Wars show comes out. But I promise you, a lot of people who said they canceled Disney Plus will actually cancel Disney Plus and won't watch The Mandalorian season 3. A lot of people. Or they'll just pirate it or find other ways to watch it for free. So there's already low interest for for The Mandalorian season 3, but if you push it back an entire 2 years, the interest is going to be so low. I think there's going to be more casual fans watching the show just for Baby Yoda than actual Star Wars fans. Not to mention that Grogu might not even be in the show that much, and maybe not at all. And he played a huge part in how big The Mandalorian became. So if we have all this drama behind the scenes, we have Gina Carano being fired for no reason, all these Star Wars fans are so mad at Star Wars, are so mad at The Mandalorian, the interest is low already, and then you push it back over 2 years, the show is going to struggle a lot. What's the point in putting all that money into each episode, paying all these actors all that money, and then you know it's going to feel weird on the set with Gina Carano not there, and because of the reason that she's not there, and I bet Bill Burr won't be there either, and you know why that is, the set is just going to feel weird. It's not going to have that same season 1 or season 2 feel. I wouldn't be surprised if they skip out on the making of The Mandalorian doc for season 3 if it even comes out, because they're not going to want to show what that set looks like. But taking all that into consideration, the show is going to be a waste of money. It might actually lose you some money, which is so crazy to say. It's so crazy how someone can mess something up so bad that was so good. The show brought Star Wars fans together. It lasted only about a week or two, but to bring Star Wars fans together even for an hour is a huge accomplishment, because it's rough out here. Nobody likes each other. If you can make Star Wars fans agree that something is good, you're doing something extremely right. And that's what The Mandalorian was. It was done extremely well. I just think that the Filoniverse is going to hurt big time. Favreau and Filoni can't be happy at Lucasfilm. I covered that yesterday. I just think that the Mandoverse, the Filoniverse, whatever you want to call it, is struggling big time. Losing Gina Carano, losing all these Star Wars fans is going to hurt them. And I know that Favreau and Filoni aren't extremely happy at Lucasfilm right now. I covered that in my video yesterday. There's new reports every day saying how unhappy Favreau is with Lucasfilm. And then this article is saying the same thing as well. There's something going on behind the scenes and it's not good. I just really hope that Favreau and Filoni can find a way to pull out some good content out of this bad situation. Hopefully the Book of Boba Fett is amazing. I'll still be mad that it replaced Mandalorian season 3, but I'm definitely looking forward to the show. Let me know what you guys think about this article, about these reports saying that The Mandalorian is getting delayed until mid-year of 2023, or maybe even getting canceled. I've been saying this for a while that I think The Mandalorian won't come out for 1.5 to 2 years, if it comes out at all, because of all the drama that's happening behind the scenes. Not only did Gina Carano being fired cause a huge void in the Filoniverse, but you also lost a lot of fans off of that, and there's other actors and actresses on The Mandalorian that are being canceled as we speak. It's just not looking good. But let me know what you think in the comments. If you hate Kathleen Kennedy as much as I do, check out my Ruined by Kathleen Kennedy merch linked in the description. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. If you want to follow me on Twitter or join the Discord, both of those links will be in the description as well. But thank you for watching the video, and I hope to see you on the next one.